Welcome to Rated Radio, the show where artists and albums are pitted against each other while their songs get rated on a scale of 0 to 10. I'm your host, Shane Wyndham, and this is the Dr. Hook Deep Dive. Hope you're ready for a fight. As always, I handpicked 2 of these albums, and the third was rolled at random from what was left of their discography, so we will start with the 2 which I handpicked. First up is the debut, Dr. Hook, from 1972. This was my bottom album. Of the 11 tracks, I thought 10 were great, but none of those got a flawless rating. My bottom track was Kiss It Away, and my top track was Sing Me a Rainbow. The music makes me feel like the Rolling Stone I am is slowing to a stop for a while. Next is Belly Up from 1973. This was my top album. Of the 11 tracks, I thought 9 were great, but none of those got a flawless rating. My bottom track was Monterey Jack, and my top track was You Ain't Got the Right. The music makes me feel like my heart's been broken so much that my give a shit's completely busted. And the random album was Makin, Love and Music from 1977. This was my middle album. Of the 10 tracks, I thought 10 were great. But again, none of those got a flawless rating. My bottom track was Let the Loose End Drag, and my top track was Laying Too Low, Too Long. The music makes me feel like I just took a month off from work and my wife's looking for a really good time. Let's get immediately out of the way that picking a top, middle, and bottom from this trio of albums felt pretty nonsensical. I didn't want to do it at all and would probably disagree with myself depending on my mood. Fact is, they're all solid spins. The first 2 feature a lot of writing by poet Shel Silverstein. The debut feels very classic singer-songwriter of the early 70s, with plenty of acoustic and heartfelt moments. Belly Up does see the group flexing more songwriting muscle than on the debut, but is also sillier at times, and has more polish, which you may love or hate. I don't pretend to know your preferences, just that lots of folks don't like this kind of music to have polish. And both of those albums feel all over the map thematically, while almost universally lacking anything in the way of bridges. Then you've got the Makin' Love and Music disc, which bucks almost every trend I just discussed. It's so upbeat that it feels near to disco at times, as high energy as the Bee Gees. Most tracks have bridges or solos. The theme is fun in the overwhelming majority of spots. Silverstein's completely absent in the songwriting, and the sound is polished nearly to a sheen. So while I'd happily recommend every listen, you may want to pick your point of entry according to your tastes. It's all sure to grow on you, but this is a group you'll want to hear in a best foot forward sort of way if you're new to them. Very much a product of the decade in which they exploded in terms of popularity, there's much more to consider about Dr. Hook's strengths than most folks do. Obviously, they had one of the most well-known poets of the last century essentially functioning as a glue for them while they got comfortable inside their own talented skins. The band consists of at least 4 easily identifiable lead vocalists. They can play all sorts of styles and mix things up like it's a cakewalk. Also, they're vastly more rewarding when you begin digging beyond their greatest hits, and will appeal to an interesting range of music lovers. Love ballad fanatics, classic rock types, funk folks, dance fiends, people who want to laugh, you name it. They've become one of my top groups to revisit from what many consider to be the greatest decade in music history. Put in a much briefer way, Dr. Hook and The Medicine Show make for a lifetime of easy listens. Please like or comment if you're still listening, and remember, you can send all kinds of feedback to rated_radio@yahoo.com. You can even see the majority of songs I rate by clicking join for free at patreon.com/ratedradio. Anyway, that's gonna do it for now. Until next time, fill your world with music.